Invitation, is it not? To do something perhaps different and come a little closer to me. Almost everything that is stated in almost all of the messages that I have given have many meanings. It is the way of it. Because your language is limited in the scope of perceiving things that we cannot explain to you. If you had the light language from the other side of the veil, it would come closer to that which we mean when we say, come closer. We're asking for an integration of your souls. To come closer truly means to go to a place that many of you are even unaware exists. They call it touching the face of God. Another metaphor for you to consider. Dear ones, it means to be close with not only your own soul, but all of the others that are intertwined with you. We have spoken before about the whole idea of a soul and what it is, and the fact that it is not singular, but you want it to be. You are one human being in one body with one name and one personality and one consciousness and one life as you see it. And so when you talk about the soul, suddenly it is one thing with one entity, with one consciousness, perhaps even with one name. And it couldn't be further from the truth. That spectacular truth about your soul is that it is always commingled, resonant, and coherent with the creative source. All of these things we have given you many times before, but perhaps you needed to hear them again. To come closer truly means that all of you scoot your chairs a little closer to each other. If you were in a seminar, that's what we'd ask you to do. Or perhaps then to even hold the hand of the one next to you, if you wished to. All of the metaphors to bring you to a place of coherence where you're all thinking as one. And then you'd be even a little closer to what a soul is like. On the other side of the veil, there's a soup of souls. There is no membrane that separates them. They simply are. Dripping with that which is the compassion and the love of God, together they journey this universe in a way that it is not even fathomable to you. Spectacular it is. You don't have a name of your soul on the other side of the veil, dear ones. You have a name of the creative source. It's not even compartmentalized. It is separated only then by the desire to be separated when you come here. Yes, you have your own, you want to call it soul consciousness, and yes, it is combined with family, but there's so much more. Just to let you know, it's just not a soul that sits there, again, like you do as a human, with some kind of separation. Beautiful it is. Come closer, dear ones. Meaning to combine together for this experience. There was a channel earlier this evening. And I told you a spectacular, controversial truth. That all of the souls here on this planet, the billions of them, are actually part of a plan where many of them, especially the ones that are original humans on the planet, return and return and return. You might be surprised at the percentages that would be the answer to the question, what are the percentages of those who have been here before in humanity? And what is the percentage of those who are then brand new right now? And the answer would be like a giant school. You'd have to then put that together and say, how many have been here going through the grades since they started, and how many just arrived at the first level? And the answer would be that the majority of students had been here on campus at some level. The older ones had been here through many of the grades, thousands of grades, you might say, in this school. And so the majority were already in school. Only a few, however, in a percentage, very few, had been here since the beginning, because your population is expanding geometrically. So if you see this picture, you might think that this earth contains billions and billions of human beings, and they're all just here one time, and they're not. Old souls are watching and listening to this program. That is who is attracted here. You come back. I will tell you, because I know who watches now, the propensities in the field who will watch, and even far into the future, who might watch yet again and again. I will tell you that the majority are old souls drawn to this kind of program and this kind of teaching for one reason, because they know it's time to come together. What if the healing of Healing Wednesdays was to come closer? We've said it before. What if, when you start to come closer and start realizing and cognizing a larger truth, what if that is the catalyst for the healing you came for, without ever mentioning what it might be? Could it be that indeed healing occurs naturally when other things come first, such as the acknowledgement that there's more? What if healing is a side effect of higher consciousness? You have been taught such a linear process for the healing. Even in that which is esoteric, you have been taught a linear process. You come, you go, you light so many candles, you climb so many stairs, you say so many things, you do this and that ceremony, this time this one before the other, and you have a stair step of things you must do, and then you may get your healing. Did you see the linearity of this? What if there's only one thing? What if there's really only one thing that begins a cascading compassion of higher consciousness for you? And the one thing is to relax. Take the intellect away and say, I accept that which I don't know, which is higher than I can fathom, and join a consciousness that I know to be the creative source. What if that was it? And you come to a place of the beginning of understanding how grand a soul must be. And then you start to understand truly your purpose here is not to be a victim of the planet. That there might be a higher purpose of just being here so that your consciousness can be part of a humanity that is growing and evolving. What if that was your whole purpose? People have asked repeatedly, well, what is my task here on the planet? What am I supposed to do? What if what you're supposed to do is exist and show your light in any way? Every single week, we come and we cross a bridge from the known to the unknown. A metaphor, another metaphor. And we're going to do that now. We cross a bridge to a place that we invite you not to see as a place. How about that? We cross a bridge to something that exists, which is no longer in 3D, which reflects how beautiful and elaborate and complex your soul is. And let's do it now. If you wish to, in your mind's eye, you can see a bridge. You've all seen bridges. If you wish to, in your mind's eye, you can see that halfway between the place you disembark and the place you arrive on that bridge, halfway there is a mist that you cannot see through. I want you to come with me now on that bridge and just walk a little bit. Just walk a little. And once again, for those of you who have done it before, or perhaps the first time for so many of you, you will realize that what I am doing now is building a construct in 3D where you might be able, through metaphors, to understand a multidimensional place, a multidimensional energy or an existence. Come with me to that mist and stand there for just a moment and realize that on the other side of that may very well be the rest of your lives. Because what happens now stays with you. And we've said this before. Any realization you have, any aha, any kind of a consciousness elevation that you experience from now on stays with you through and including the next incarnation. This is fairly new. This is a new energy, dear ones, and what you learn now and what you have now sticks. And when you come in the next time, it's all there. You don't have to relearn it. The mistakes you've made, you don't have to relearn them. You will come in far more enlightened than you did this time. Right now, I want you to take my hand. You've all seen a hand. You can visualize taking a hand. Take the hand of the creative source through me, just as a metaphor, and let's cross through the mist together. We're not going to tell you what to see or visualize. Instead, I'm going to ask you to feel special. You've made a choice, metaphorically a choice to go into that which you don't know. And as many times as you've been here, you don't still know. It is impossible for us to explain something to you that is not that available. Not yet. I want you to feel loved. That's what I want you to feel. And safe. To be in your own soul's domain. To go through a door, if you wish, a portal, if you wish, and descend into that which is a theater in the round. It's always there in this circle of 12. It's always there because that's what this is about and always will be. A place of examination, you'll see. A place of elevation, you'll see. A place sometimes of remembrance, you'll see. The theater in the round is an amphitheater that is sunken with one stage. You're going to descend into that place where the audience sits and then up onto the stage where again, there's a chair. I want you to sit in the chair just for a moment. And tonight, there's going to be accolades tonight. You might think this sounds a lot like something we've done. It's different every single time. Even if the scenario seems the same, the energy is not. Because every single week on this planet, things change. I see the field clearly. And in this field, there are potentials that you have created, not spirit. You have created. There's a clearing coming in the field. Discoveries in the field. For only one reason. Because in 2012, you passed the marker and you made it. That marker where they said so many things, the historians and those who wrote the scriptures and all talked about the time when perhaps you wouldn't even exist anymore because you'd destroy yourselves yet again. And it all was supposed to happen in the area of the year 2000 and beyond, and it didn't, if you noticed. And here you are. Because the consciousness that you developed through your lives, and in this one, collectively made a difference. Sit in the chair for a moment and watch those come in. We have done this before. Everyone who sits in this audience is either you in a past life or a family member that you know today in a past life, because families incarnate together, dear ones. You incarnate in family groups. Meet the family. You know them all. And you, how many times have you been on this planet? 100? 200? 1,000? They're all in the audience. They, you. How does it feel to meet your own consciousness in a time of lower consciousness? You paid so much to be here. In the struggles you've gone through and the negativity that you had to go through in older times, in older energies, old soul, and here you are on the stage, this year, presented right now in 2021, a year that was never thought would have humanity at all. And what's going to happen next as you sit in the chair is that audience is going to stand up, and there's going to be a ripple of applause start. And it's going to be all of you applauding for all of you, but specifically, you are standing in the new millennium, the Lemurian age. You made it, but you would not have made it had you not been through all of the lifetimes that are in the audience now, and all the family members that are in the audience now who had also been here, and the ripple starts to be a cheer. And now you realize you better get off that chair, because you're going to stand and applaud and cheer as well. You made it in all those past lives. You deserve to be here. This is the culmination of the consciousness rays of the planet. Dear ones, you're special. Not here to suffer, not here by accident, but here to contribute to right now to all of the others who are with you, who have gone through this to get you here. Old soul, welcome to a new planet. Again, you may not think it is if you're watching the news and you're all that, but there is so much more going on here than you had any idea. Let me talk to you in 100 years. Oh, I might. That's what's happening right now. Can you feel it? Can you feel the accolades? Can you applaud? Can you understand the love and the compassion that's gone into all of those who are you in the audience, saying, you made it. We did it. We did it. Stay. Stay. And feel the appreciation of spirit for you. Also. And so it is.